You could be missing vital clues to your ancestors if social history is not part of your genealogy research. In this video, I'm going to show you how to find that all-important social history surrounding your ancestors by using AI. Hey there, if we haven't met before, I am Lisa with Are You My Cousin, and this YouTube channel is designed to help you find your ancestors, grow your family tree, but not be overwhelmed in the process. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, you're in the right place. Now, understanding social history surrounding your ancestors is crucial to your genealogy research. It is often understanding social history that actually helps us break down some of those genealogy brick walls that we might have. I have talked about social history in previous videos, so I will link that up in the description below, as well as up in the right-hand corner for you to check out a little bit later. Understanding the social history of our ancestors is crucial to our genealogy research. It goes beyond the names and the dates and gives us a richer and a more vibrant picture of what our ancestors' life actually looked like. Social history includes things like occupation, social status, community involvement, and cultural norms of the time. This information not only gives us an interesting narrative of our ancestors' lives, but it helps us understand how outside influences impacted some of the decisions they made. Decisions such as the type of work they had, decisions such as where they may have migrated to. And ultimately, when we can understand some of the decisions they would have made, some of the influences, then we can start to think about what types of records would have been created based on those decisions. And when we understand our ancestors well, and we understand how they think, well, then we increase our chances of finding those records that they created. Now, traditionally, finding social history really involved going through countless documents. It involves going through county histories. It involves looking for letters and diaries that were written within that time period. And while effective, this method really is very time consuming. But that's where AI, or artificial intelligence, can really save you, the researcher, a lot of time. When we craft our prompts carefully, AI can be our genealogy research assistant and help us uncover the social history, the social norms, what was happening in our ancestors' community at that time very quickly. Have you tried using AI in your genealogy research, or you're just ready to give it a try now? If so, go ahead and hit that like button and let me know. All right, so I'm going to turn my camera around. I'm going to take you over into one of the AI platforms, and I'm going to show you how I use AI to be my research assistant and help me uncover the pertinent social history when it comes to researching my ancestors. Okay, so we are over here on Google's Gemini, and this is their AI platform. It was originally called Bard, so if I slip up and say Bard, know that I'm talking about Gemini. I think I pretty much am consistent with Gemini now. Anywho, I'm over here and I want to show you how I'm going to use it as a research assistant to learn a little bit more about my farming ancestors and their way of life, and how I might use the information it can give me to further my research. Now, to go to Gemini to find it, it's really just gemini.google.com. So very easy to find. You can Google it, but gemini.google.com, and you should be there. I will tell you, for this and for all the platforms that I use the free version. I do not have the pro or paid version on any of these, and for my purposes, it has served me quite well. I haven't felt the need that I needed to pay and to get other features. These seem to work really well for me. If you've had experience, if you are on a paid version of a platform and have any insights there, feel free to leave me a comment and let me know kind of what your experience is and what you find is beneficial. But for our purposes, all of these that I'm using I'm on the free version, and occasionally you will find there are some limitations on what you can do and how many prompts, but again, it's works well for me. So over here, and what I did is I go in and I make a prompt. Now, when we ask Google something, when we ask Gemini or any AI platform, what we ask it or how we ask it and the context that we put in our question for it is really important. So for instance, in this one, I said, I am researching my ancestors who lived in Surry County, North Carolina, beginning in the early 1800s. They are predominantly farmers. What type of crops would they have grown? What were some of the challenges they would have faced in the mid 1800s? So I wanted to give it some context, not just, okay, what challenges would my ancestors have had living in Surry County? I needed to give it a time period. I kind of gave it an occupation. I wanted to kind of see what I could suss out there. So here's what it came back with. So it tells me the crops that were grown. So we had a lot of subsistence crops, corn, wheat, sweet potatoes, that type of thing. Cash crops, this is what they might have been making to sell, all very consistent from what I know about the area and from what oral history tells me. And then it's going to come down here and tell me there are a lot of challenges that would have been faced. A lot of these are farming things that maybe it's just helping me understand that, boy, being a farmer in the foothills of North Carolina, it's tough. Soil depletion, limited technology, obviously, transportation difficulties, price fluctuation, those kinds of things. These are all pretty general. But I got to thinking, I thought, I wonder what I would have a little bit more about those transportation difficulties, given where they live. Again, this is the foothills of North Carolina. So I said, anything that it tells me, I can say, all right, expand on that. And so I said, please expand on those transportation difficulties. Tailor your answer specifically to Surry County, North Carolina, which is in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. I wanted to give it a little more context. I wanted to find out a little bit more about what was going on. It's telling me, again, yes, that it had challenges, that a limited road network, hilly terrain, yes, definitely very difficult, water transportation, and distance to market. So it was, what did they do to get around it? So it would tell me a little bit more. It told me how they focused on local market, types of cash crops that they would have had, but that railroad system in the late 19th century would have revolutionized it for them, would have really helped them out coming through. So it's given me, so did this give me the next greatest thing? No. But did it tell me and help me have an appreciation for my ancestors and the difficulties that they might have been having with their farming and how they would have lived? Yes. And particularly because of this transportation issue, there was a limited road work, okay? So, and a hilly terrain. So because it's telling me this, because it's telling me it's in the really a limited road network, it's very hilly terrain. There's water transportation issues because the Yadkin River is there, but there's not a major navigable waterway there apparently. How could that? It gets me thinking, where would they have gone and how would they have gone? Maybe going to the county seat wasn't the best option for them. Maybe if with these hills, maybe I need to look and consider get a topographical map and look and go, oh, if it's that hilly, where would they have gone? What would have been the easier route? Maybe they went over to Virginia to do their business. So it's going to get me thinking and moving along in those lines. Okay, so I think you probably have a better idea now of how AI whatever platform you use, how AI can be your genealogy research assistant. If you would like to learn more about AI and the 3 platforms that I use, watch Getting Started, the 3 free AI tools I use for genealogy research. It's on your screen now.